Good afternoon. I am Dr. Lester Fowler, Assistant Provost of Healthcare Professions at the American College of Education. Whether you are celebrating with us today on site or through our virtual live stream, we are excited to be able to commemorate this specific milestone today. Everyone, please join me in celebrating American College of Education's graduating class of 2023. Graduates, today we are here to celebrate you. And we recognize it takes a lot of support to get here. Before proceeding, we would like to acknowledge some important people, your family and friends, who've been your support, advocates, and in many instances, your why for obtaining a degree. Graduates, please stand or otherwise signify your presence, and let's give your family and friends a round of applause. Please remain standing, and please join us in the singing of our national anthem, led by Ann K. Engel.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Ann. Everyone, please be seated. It is my honor to introduce the members of the Platform Party, and I ask them each to stand and remain standing as they are introduced. Dr. Jerry Nowakowski, Chairperson, ACE Board of Trustees. Nimisha Savani, Vice Chair, ACE Board of Trustees. Jordy Hyland, President and CEO. Dr. Jody Fikema, Chief Academic Officer and Provost. Kim Bearden, Keynote Speaker. Dr. Scott Bailey, Assistant Provost, Education Professions. Dr. Crystal Newman, Assistant Provost, Business Professions. Dr. Eric Klein, Assistant Provost, Doctoral Research. Dr. Paul Savory, Vice President, Continuous Improvement. Dr. Tiffany Hamlet, Chair, Department of Teaching and Learning. Dr. Kathy McKay, Chair, Department of Professional Education Studies. Dr. Jason Cohen, Chair, Department of Leadership and Administration. Dr. Byron Barton, Chair, Department of Healthcare. Dr. Imani Akin, Chair, Doctoral Research. Dr. Henry O., Chair, Department of Business. Caitlin Robinson, Alumni Achievement Award recipient. It is also my honor to introduce several of our esteemed faculty present with us here today. Please stand for us to be able to recognize your role in each of the graduates' journeys. In addition, we would like to extend a very warm welcome to a special guest, Scott Murray. It is an honor to have Mr. Murray serve with us today as the reader of student names. Scott Murray spent 3 decades with NBC television as a multi-Emmy award-winning TV anchor, host, and broadcast journalist. He's been recognized as a living legend of journalism by the Press Club of Dallas and is a recipient of the prestigious Silver Circle Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. He's presently CEO of Murray Media, a television production company, while remaining most active as a keynote speaker, author, radio host, and moderator MC of hundreds of corporate convention and charitable events. In addition, he serves on the board or advisory boards of countless children's, civic, charitable, and nonprofit organizations. Scott is most proud to support the success of students seeking to further their education but lack the necessary resources. Through the Scott Murray Scholarship Fund, he's also most proud of the Scott Murray Scholarship for Sports Broadcasting, which presented annually in partnership with the Lone Star Emmy chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences to a college-bound student pursuing a career in television sports broadcasting. Scott has been honored with countless awards such as Man of the Year, Citizen of the Year, Volunteer of the Year, Philanthropist of the Year, Humanitarian of the Year, and his most cherished personal award, Father of the Year. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge all of you who serve or have served in the armed forces. American College of Education has a steadfast commitment to educating United States military veterans, as we believe those who serve our country should have access to every opportunity for advanced education. To our graduates, alumni, guests, and staff who are active duty, veterans, or retired veterans, or military spouses, we recognize the contribution and sacrifices you have made, and we thank you for your service. If you fall into any of these categories, would you please stand? Thank you. Please be seated.
Good afternoon, everyone. The American College of Education Alumni Achievement Award honors an alumna or alumnus who has demonstrated exceptional leadership and has provided outstanding service to the college. I'm pleased to announce that the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award recipient is Caitlin Robinson. Caitlin, if you'll join me at the podium. Caitlin, the faculty and staff at American College of Education recognize you with the 2023 Alumni Achievement Award. We're impressed with your personal achievements and the many ways you've used your education to connect with people in your community. Caitlin has served more than 20 years as an educator in early childhood settings. She received her Bachelor of Science degree in elementary education in 2007 from Louisiana State University. She spent her teaching career focused on including children with disabilities in pre-K and kindergarten classrooms as an inclusion teacher. In 2022, she became a coordinator for the Louisiana Department of Education and also serves on the National Association of State Directors of Special Education Executive Council. Caitlin received her MED in Special Education in 2020 and a second master's degree in teacher leadership in 2022, with both degrees coming from ACE. As a parent of a child with a disability, Caitlin sees how quality programs have the ability to change the trajectory of a kid's life. In January 2022, Caitlin and 2 other parents created Spectacular Kids of Central, an inclusive community of exceptional families who meet during monthly social events. In April 2023, she started the Central Inclusive League, providing 61 children and their families with an opportunity to play baseball in an inclusive environment. Caitlin's time and experiences at ACE provided her with a voice she needed to positively impact the lives of children with disabilities in her professional practice and the community around her. Caitlin?
Good afternoon, graduates. Congratulations on your hard work and your achievements. I am humbled and excited to be here today to share a few words about how my educational experiences at ACE have influenced not only me, but also the world around me. I loved being a classroom teacher. I spent 15 summers perfecting bulletin boards with sparkly borders, color-coding materials on shelves, and preparing lessons for success. In 2020, I decided to pursue a master's degree in special education to increase my capacity, expand my tool bag as an educator, and improve my understanding of special education practice and policies. This degree opened up opportunities to me in teacher leadership at my school and helped me use my voice as the mother of a child with disabilities to help him achieve his dreams. I decided to further my career in leadership and wanted to learn how to be a great leader, which led me to a Master of Education in Teacher Leadership from ACE in 2022. After receiving my second master's degree from ACE, I made the decision to find a position that would challenge and grow me. I applied for a position at the Louisiana Department of Education and was hired into a leadership role as the Part B 619 coordinator for the state. In this role, I lead several state initiatives that include expanding developmental screening for children from birth to 5 years of age and increasing inclusion in early childhood settings. I was nominated by my colleagues to serve on the National Executive Council for 619 coordinators, and I sit on several state-level councils committed to improving the quality of systems and outcomes for young children with disabilities. My education allowed me to find and accept all of these opportunities that I could have never dreamt of before. My time at ACE taught me the skills that I needed to advance in my career. It also taught me how to lead others and take the necessary steps to create change. I learned that if you don't have a seat at the table, you must be prepared to pull up your own chair. At my church, we always end with the same saying, we don't just go to church, we are the church. This did not truly connect for me until we had a guest speaker with a message about seeing the world around us as our mission field. It was in this moment that I knew that I had to use the knowledge and the leadership skills to create the change that I wanted to see for children with disabilities in my community. In January 2022, I joined 2 other parents in the creation of Spectacular Kids of Central with the vision of creating an inclusive community by bringing exceptional families together during monthly social community events. Our events provide opportunities for children with disabilities and their families to build relationships with other families who experience the unique challenges and triumphs of everyday life. These events help families feel accepted and open doors for kids with exceptionalities to make lifelong friendships with one another. I began to see a need for inclusive sports in the community for my child and his friends, and I started the Central Inclusive League this year. The League was an inspiration to the community and provided 61 children and their families with an opportunity to play baseball in an inclusive environment. We had 83 volunteers every week that played with our kids, along with additional volunteers from community sports teams, mascots, and community members. It was more than just a baseball game and affected the hearts of those with and without disabilities in our community. Monday nights at the baseball park were truly magical. The degree that you receive today will give you the ability to take new chances and advance in your careers. My advice to all of you would be to take chances, find your voice, and bring your seat to the table. Don't just wait for change, be the change. Don't just see the need, fill that need. Find your mission in the career path that you have chosen, do your best work without regrets, and watch what happens when you use your knowledge to change the world. Thank you.
Please join me in congratulating Caitlin for her achievements as a distinguished alumnus of American College of Education. Thank you, Caitlin, and congratulations on your accomplishments. And I now invite Dr. Crystal Newman to recognize our honor graduates.
You will notice several of our graduates wear cords today. Will those of you wearing white, purple, and green cords please stand and turn around to face the audience? Graduates wearing white cords are National Board Certified Teachers. Their white cords signify one of the highest and most prestigious professional achievements in teaching. National Board Certification is an advanced teaching credential earned by less than 2% of teachers nationwide. Graduates wearing purple and green cords are active members of ACE's chapter of Kappa Delta Pi, the International Honor Society in Education. Its motto is knowledge, duty, power. Its mission is to sustain an honored community of diverse educators by promoting excellence and advancing scholarship, leadership, and service. Membership in KDP is limited to the top 20% of those entering the field of education. These graduates exemplify ACE's mission of preparing graduates to serve, lead, and achieve personal and professional goals in diverse, evolving communities. We recognize that this is no small task, and we are all extremely proud of your accomplishments. Please join me in congratulating all of our honor graduates for their hard work and dedication to advancing their skills and better prepare those that they lead. Thank you.
It is my honor to introduce the President and CEO of American College of Education, Jordy Hyland. Jordy Hyland joined ACE in October of 2022. He brings more than 20 years of experience working in K-12 and higher education. He is a graduate of Harvard University, where he received a bachelor's degree in English and American literature, as well as a master's in business administration from Harvard Business School. He also received a master's degree in industrial relations and personnel management from the London School of Economics and Political Science. Please welcome Jordy Hyland.
Thank you, Dr. Fikema. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. Today, we gather to celebrate the remarkable group of individuals who have not only achieved the extraordinary feat of earning their college degrees, but who have done so as adult learners, overcoming countless challenges and demonstrating an unwavering commitment to their studies. Each of you has shown immense strength, resilience, and determination on this journey. And it is an honor to stand before you today and recognize your remarkable achievements. Being an adult learner is a challenging task. Balancing work, family, and personal obligations while pursuing your degree requires tremendous sacrifices and steadfast dedication to your goals. You have faced obstacles head-on and juggled multiple responsibilities, including finding the time and energy to study after a long day. But through it all, you remained resolute, never wavering in your pursuit of knowledge and personal growth. Today, as you hold your diploma in your hands, let it be a symbol of your incredible accomplishment and a testament to your hard work. Take a moment to reflect on the journey that brought you here and the hurdles that you overcame. Feel the well-deserved pride that swells within you, for you have accomplished what many dream of, but few achieve. Your degree is not just a piece of paper. It represents countless hours of dedication, sacrifice, and perseverance. Today is not just about celebrating your achievements. It is also about looking to the future. As graduates, you have a responsibility to use your degrees to make a difference in the world. Your education equips you with the tools to create positive change, whether it be in your workplaces, your communities, or society at large. Embrace this responsibility and strive to make a meaningful impact wherever your journey takes you. Remember, your education does not end here. Learning is a lifelong journey, and we encourage you to continue to seek opportunities for growth and professional development, whether it's coming back for another degree or engaging in ongoing learning through workshops and seminars. ACE is here to support you every step of the way. I congratulate each one of you, the remarkable graduates of 2023. Your journey has been filled with sacrifices, challenges, and triumphs. Your commitment, perseverance, and accomplishments are a source of inspiration to us all. As you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember the value of your degree and the example that you set for your loved ones. Congratulations. And now it is my esteemed honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Kim Bearden. Ms. Bearden, would you join me at the podium? Kim Bearden is co-founder, executive director, and language arts teacher at the highly acclaimed Ron Clark Academy, an innovative nonprofit middle school and educator training facility in Atlanta. More than 115,000 educators from around the world has visited Kim's classrooms and have attended her workshops to learn better ways to engage students, promote academic excellence, build relationships, foster creativity, and create a climate and culture for success. Throughout her career, Kim has received numerous accolades, such as being honored at the White House for being inducted into the National Teachers Hall of Fame. She is chosen from over 70,000 nominations to be honored as the Disney American Teacher Awards Outstanding Humanities Teacher, and the Milken Family Foundation selected her to receive the Award for Excellence in Education. Over the past 36 years, she has been teacher, instructional lead teacher, curriculum director, school board member, staff development trainer, and middle school principal. Kim is a best-selling author of 3 books, Fight Song, Talk to Me, and Crash Course. Additionally, Kim shares her passion and love for her craft with audiences around the world as a keynote speaker and professional development trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Ms. Kim Bearden. Thank you.
Thank you, President Highland, distinguished guests, beloved friends and family. To the class of 2023, I am extraordinarily excited to be here with you today, and it is a tremendous honor, especially because I know some of you have overcome great obstacles to get to this point. You've had many sleepless nights. Some of you began this journey during the uncertainty of COVID. You have held down full-time jobs. You have taken care of your families. Some of you in this audience are the very first in your families to have been able to have the opportunity to harness the power of higher education. And so all of this has made you very resilient, and it's also made you formidable as well. Now, I do get to spend my days at a place called the Ron Clark Academy. Ron Clark and I met way back in the year 2000, and he looked at me and he said, you know what, you and I should start a school together one day. Now, those of you who are going into education, you will learn that that is a conversation that educators have all the time. Oh, if I had my own school, this would be what I would do. I said, sure, Ron, that sounds like a great idea. I didn't really think it would happen, but then some amazing things did start to happen. We actually committed to doing this, and we wanted to have a school where kids could not wait to get in the door every day, where they were excited about learning, where they were highly engaged, but also where they were challenged, where students from all different kinds of backgrounds would learn to thrive and succeed. But we had an even bigger dream. We thought, how can we provide this opportunity to students who don't come to our school every day? So we had this idea. We said, what if we got the best teachers we could find and we put them all in one building? And what if instead of closing our doors, what if we opened our doors? What if we let educators from all over come and sit and watch us teach, attend our workshops, not because we're perfect, because there's no such thing as a perfect teacher, but because there's that power in being able to watch others do their craft and to be able to collaborate and share ideas. And so now, yes, we've had over 120,000 educators actually visit what was once this 100-year-old dilapidated warehouse in Atlanta. We used proceeds from a book that Ron wrote that was a New York Times bestseller, and that's how we actually purchased the building. But then we had to rely on so many others to come along and support us in our dream because we are this nonprofit. And it was hard work. The hardest professional work I've ever had to do in my life. Please don't ever buy into the narrative that in order to take care of yourself, you can't work hard as well. You all are testament to that because you have worked so hard to get to this point. Don't lose that, because I fully believe that the things that often matter the most to us in life take hard work. Even having a good marriage, hard work. Being a good parent, it's very hard work. Having a career where you feel a sense of purpose and joy, hard work. Now, this fall, I'm still a classroom teacher. I teach 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. In addition to being an administrator, I will be entering my 37th year in the classroom. And thank you. And I teach language arts. Now, while I have dedicated my profession to the importance of good writing, grammar, and punctuation, and yes, your use of apostrophes does matter, so please use them correctly, I think that the importance of a good life is even more paramount. And so over these years, I have taught literally thousands of students, tens of thousands of lessons. But today with you, I want to share some of the most important ones that I've learned in my journey along the way. Many of them from my students, others from the incredible people that I've had as my colleagues along the way as well. Now, first of all, today it's a beautiful day. It's a joyful day. It's a magnificent day, but not all days will be. Some of you have already overcome great obstacles, experienced trauma, but trust me, every single one of us in this room, at some times, we will have things that will happen that will bring us to our knees, knock the wind out of us, make us just want to pull the covers over our heads and stay in that bed forever. And when that happens, it's human nature that we sort of turn into ourselves. Sometimes we just close off other people. We put up walls. Sometimes we become paralyzed, even though we have the talent to propel ourselves forward. And when this happens, you must remember, please do not turn into yourself. This is the perfect time to actually reach outward and lift others upward. You see, when you lift others upward, what you will find is that you will actually pull yourself up in the process. At my darkest hours, what I have realized is that this stuff coming at me, whether it be professional things or personal things, this doesn't define who I am. This defines who I am. And the same is true with every single one of you in this room. No matter what things come your way, whether they be personal or professional, it is not what happens to you that will define who you are. It is what happens through you that will write the pages of your story. And just because something happens to you, it does not mean that there is anything wrong with you. And then, when we experience this kind of challenge or trauma, we tend to feel completely powerless. We feel like we don't have a voice. We feel frustrated, maybe even sometimes angry. And when this happens, what you must do is you must be very careful and realize how you're defining power. There are many ways to define it. Now, if you define power as your ability to control things, well, COVID taught us a lesson, didn't it? If you define power as the stuff you have, well, there's nothing wrong with working hard and having nice things. I hope all of you do have the opportunity to have many nice things in your life, but we all know that if that's the only thing that fuels you and motivates you and drives you, then that's going to be a hunger that's never going to be satisfied. Sometimes, no matter how good you are, no matter how hard you try, no matter how desperately you want to make something so, sometimes some things are bigger than we are. Sometimes you have to ask for help. Sometimes you even have to let go. And in doing so, don't feel powerless. You need to remind yourself that there's a greater kind of power. You see, the greater power is when you empower others. Now, I want you to think about this. When you empower others, the exponential ripple effect goes on forever. Long after I've left this earth, the people that I have uplifted, they will uplift others, they will uplift others. The ripple effect continues on and on. I don't know if you've ever thought about this before, but when you positively affect the life of another person, you do not only have an impact upon that person. Indirectly, your influence also has an impact upon everyone that that person will have an impact upon. Their spouse, their children, their extended family members, friends, colleagues, business partners, employees, community members, everyone that they will one day affect, indirectly, you have had an impact upon as well. Multiply that by the number of people you will help every day. Multiply that by the number of years you are in your profession. Without any doubt, it could be in the millions of lives affected by yours. Now, granted, you won't know all their names and you won't know all their stories, and you know what? They won't all know your name or your story either. But on those nights when you go to bed and you feel beaten down and broken down and overworked and overwhelmed and underappreciated, and you're like, why am I working so hard? Does this even make a difference? The answer is yes. The answer is always yes. And here's the great news. You all have an incredible opportunity because you are the helpers. You are going to be the educators, the healthcare workers, the leaders in your businesses. And so every day it is the helpers. When you go into your career, you have the greatest opportunity to have the most purpose and to have the most significance. And then I've thought a lot about that word significance. Now, by nature, I'm a very type A personality. It's like achieve, achieve, achieve. And many years ago, I asked myself, well, Kim, why do you do the things that you do? And to be honest, I didn't like all the answers. And so I decided from then on, no longer was I going to seek achievements. I was going to seek significance. It's a different lens through which to see the world. You see, achievements are about getting something, but significance, it's about being something. And when you're seeking significance, the achievements still happen, but when they don't. Like when that door closes and you thought it would be open, or you get a no and you thought it would be your yes, or maybe even when that person leaves, you thought they were gonna stay. It still hurts, but you think, oh, but maybe, just maybe that door closed because I know that I'm meant to go through this door instead. And here's the thing, when I say that, I am in no way diminishing the achievement that it took for you to get to this point right now, but it's what you do moving forward. That's what's important. If you take this diploma and you frame it nicely and you hang it in your office, well, you sure to go through a lot just to have a new picture hanging on the wall. But if you use it in some way to provide the credibility that you need, the validity that you need to be able to be in the room where it happens and use your voice, then it becomes a tool for significance. Now, you've been taught that it's important to invest your money wisely, and I'm not going to get into that, but I am going to tell you a better investment is how you invest in people. Actually, the return on that can be even far greater as well. Now, in this world, there's so much negativity, and it's very hard not to get sucked down into the vortex with it. And so people will say, just avoid all negative people. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be wonderful? You can't avoid negative people. You may have some loved ones, and you have to admit they're very negative. I do call negative people misery evangelists, because if you think about it, they're always trying to recruit to the flock and kind of spread the gospel of misery. But how do you not get sucked down with them? That's the key. And so I decided in my lifetime I was going to be intentional about surrounding myself with people who fuel my soul. I was going to invest in those relationships because those are going to be the people. Look for the helpers. Look for the people who uplift others and support others. In doing so, it will enrich your life. But when you do this, I implore you to please be mindful to surround yourself with people who don't all look just like you. Seek out relationships, meaningful relationships, not just pleasantries and acquaintances, meaningful relationships with people who have walked a different path, who've seen the world through a different lens, who've experienced the world through a different set of life circumstances. I promise you, it will make you more effective in your career. It will make you more effective in life. We all have very different perspectives because no two of us on this earth have ever experienced life in the same way. And maybe somebody's experience is completely different from yours because maybe they have been fortunate or unfortunate to have a completely different set of circumstances than you have. You can never fully understand what it is to be someone else, but never stop seeking to try anyway. Awesome? You got to live with a spirit of appreciation. Now, there's this phrase that came out during COVID, toxic positivity. I'm not trying to be toxically positive. There have been nights in my life where I was laid out on that floor crying, and when I was doing that, I wasn't thinking, gee, I'm so glad for carpet. But there's a reason you hear so much about appreciation, and that is because research tells us it works. There's research that tells us that people that have appreciative spirits tend to not only have better emotional well-being, but can sometimes even have better physical well-being. But here is the secret sauce I'm going to share with you today. I've never heard anyone else speak about this. I'm sure someone has, but this is something I figured out. And when I did, it was transformative in my ability to handle stress, especially in my professional career. And it was this. I have learned to honestly appreciate when someone comes to me with something that they're bothered by, upset about, even frustrated with, because I would much rather have them come and tell me than go tell everybody else but me, right? And so, if you can learn to project, you can come to me, talk to me, tell me these things. It doesn't mean that you have to change your decision, but it's a starting point for resolution. And what you'll find is that people will come to you sooner, before things bubble over, before they fester, before they create their own narrative, and before they go talk to other people, instead of coming directly to you. Also, when you have this appreciation, please have an appreciation for the body that you have been given. My precious father, he battled Parkinson's for many years, and if you know about that disease, it's horrible. It causes tremors and rigidity, and then finally your body turns to stone. And watching him, it taught me so much. If you are able to walk, please never complain about walking far. You know, run, jump, twist, bend, leap, dance. Have you ever stopped to really think about all the things that your hands can do? Your arms, they give you the ability to embrace others and provide comfort and love. Your eyes, they let you experience the glory of the sunset and the stars. Your ears, they allow you to hear the thunder of laughter and music. Your heartbeat, it's the very rhythm of your being. Be grateful for that. You see, when we imagine our future, sometimes we're short-sighted, sometimes we don't fully understand that to truly experience joy, we have to have experienced sorrow. To fully understand love, we've had to endure some heartbreak. To have true appreciation for receiving, sometimes it's best if we've been without. It's those valleys that make the ascent to the mountaintop all the more glorious to behold. When I go to meet my Maker, I want there to be more laughter than tears, because I want everyone to know that my life was one that was well used. And so I wish the same for you, dear graduates. As you are stepping forward, boldly walk into this future that awaits you. Choose living over just existing. Exude what you hope to create. Let no one stop you. The world is waiting to hear from you, because the best is yet to come. Congratulations. Thank you.
Ms. Bearden, thank you for sharing your experiences and for encouraging our students to reach their fullest potential. Please accept this token of appreciation for speaking with us today. So thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We now come to the conferring of degrees. For our graduates joining us virtually via live stream, please proceed to the curated virtual experience we have prepared for you. For our graduates here in Indianapolis, please stand or otherwise signify your presence when your degree is called, and remain standing until all degrees have been called and conferred. Once all degrees are conferred, we will then call graduates forward individually to recognize their accomplishments. Will the candidates for American College of Education's Bachelor of Science programs please rise? President Highland, on behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree. They have satisfied all requirements for that degree, and my colleagues and I are honored to recommend them to you.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of American College of Education, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Science with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated at this time.
Will the candidates for all American College of Education's Master of Arts and Master of Education programs please rise? Wow.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot. Wow, if you ever wanted goosebumps, be in my spot right now. Will the candidates for Master of Science in Nursing program please rise? Will the candidates for the Master of Healthcare Administration program please rise? And finally, will the candidates for the Master of Business Administration program please rise? President Highland, on behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the Master of Education, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Healthcare Administration, and Master of Business Administration degrees. They have satisfied all requirements for that degree, and my colleagues and I are honored to recommend them to you.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of American College of Education, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Master of Education, Master of Arts, Master of Science, and Master of Healthcare Administration, and Master of Business Administration degrees, with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated at this time.
Will the candidates for American College of Education's Education Specialist programs please rise? President Highland, on behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the Education Specialist degree. They have satisfied all requirements for that degree, and my colleagues and I are honored to recommend them to you.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of American College of Education, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Education Specialist, with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. You may be seated at this time. The marshal will now alert you when it is time to rise. As the marshal dismisses your row, please make your way to the stage using the stairs to your left. Congratulations again.
Natalie? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. We are about to introduce to you our future, and we're most delighted to welcome them all. We will begin with our bachelor level graduates. The following graduate is receiving a Bachelor of Science in Applied Management and Leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, our first graduate, Natalie Campos Cintron. Eduardo Lopez. Melanie McClure. Ray Miller. Mary Puza. Ladies and gentlemen, those students that we just saw go across the stage, congratulations to them all. They are our Bachelor of Science in Applied Management and Leadership graduates. Let's give it up for them all. Now, the following graduates I'm about to introduce to each and every one of you receiving a Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administration. First up, Neely Beza. J.C. Basilius. How do you say your last name? Yulia Gilasova. Anasha Poitier. Ricardo Ramirez Perdomo. Oh, you're... Ladies and gentlemen, those are our Bachelor of Science in Healthcare Administrative graduates. Let's give it up for them all. Now we move on and welcome the following graduates receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. We start with Samson Bernard. Isn't it great that Samson was able to bring his family today, huh? Next up, Stephen King. Celia Meniego. Did I get it right? Vivian Embu. Go ahead. Kyra Fiona Zellinger. And congratulations in order to those young men and women, Bachelor of Science and Nursing graduates. Let's give it up for them all. We now move on, ladies and gentlemen, and recognize our master's level graduates. The following graduate is receiving the Master of Arts in Teaching, Elementary Education. And we start with Samantha Cornett Couch. Aliran Damastis. Alarine. Okay. Congratulations, Alarine. Thank you very much. Hannah Dial. Carrie Kiefer. Benjamin Richter. How do you say your name? Gabriella Safaropoulos. Our congratulations to our Master of Arts in Teaching. We wish them all well. Now we move on to following graduate receiving the Master of Business Administration in Social Impact. Is that right? Imani? Imani Akin. What are you?
Just MBA.
Your name? Joanne Gobo. Now we move on to the MBA in Social Impact, and we welcome Rena Strohmeyer. Now we move on to the graduates receiving a Master of Education in Adult Education and Training. First up, Crystal Hanuz. Rob Rabito. Now we move on to a Master's in Education in Advanced Studies, Christine May Aguanto. And I'm told that the Philippines is watching, correct? The Philippines. What is it? And your first name is?
This is the first name, this is the last name.
How do you say the first name?
Yeah.
Salina Balakrishnan from India. Christina Freeman. How do you say that? Josephine Gatho Lasich. Carlene Grant. Christina Hartsfield. Kashkun Kari Partuch. Dalia Ledesma Quinone. Lindsay McKinney. Colleen Morgan. And this next gentleman is from India, and I'm not sure on the pronunciation, so I'll let him say it for us all.
Pratap Singh Nalatambi Sarasam.
Obviously a close personal friend of you all, right? Yeah. Benjamin Pitts. Now we move on with the Masters in Education in Curriculum and Instruction. And we say hello to Jasmine Ardrey. Next up is Raleigh Benfield. Laura Lee Buenaventura. Marcia Burgess McPherson. Teresa Bias. Reba Crabtree. Brenda Crosby. Was that a hello from Mama? I think so. Very nice. Kiara Farrell. Heather Fisher. Helen Flores Ford. Crystal Frame. Jennifer Gilbert. Lydia Goodwin. Tammy Grace. Julie Gullum. Kaylee Hensley. Ashley Hetland. Lindsay Hummer. Ashley Jolly. Haneen Khan. Alicia Lewis. Katie Locker. Jamie Logan. Claudia Lopez. Ladisa Luno. How do you say it? Yusra Chowdhury Man. Michelle Makowitz. Leticia Marriott. Kevin McBride. Jenny McGraw. Taylor Ann Mearsman. Rebecca Partika. Elizabeth Pitts. Emmanuel Ramos. Rapier? Okay. Allison Rapier. Vanessa Riley. Navia Roden-Ivy. Stephanie Santucci. Yodilo Yanakopoulos. Michelle Searle. Jacob Sears-Patowski. Alexis Smith. Sobel. Jennifer Sobel. Gayon Stevens Besmore. Shemanon Stone. Kristen Switney. Carrie Ann Thomas. Bridget Thompson. Colton Tillett. Thank you. Jordan Torres. Megan Tracy. Bridget Valeroy. Ruth Virtue. Alfred Weathersby. Ashley Whiteford. Shamanda Williams. Shannon Williams Tillis. Jessica Wolf. How about a nice round of applause for all those graduates in the curriculum and instruction for their master's degree. Congratulations to you all. Now we move on to the Master's in Education and Early Childhood Education. And we start off with Skylar Albacoco. Maria Brino. Christy Comia. Jamie Copeland. Sarah Dacre. Christine DeCarlo. Emma Donnelly. How do you say that? Noveline Dulcio. Catherine Edwards. Tamika Edwards Gooden. Shamilda Felican. Obviously, someone that doesn't get out very often. Great to see you. How are you? Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Great to have you here. Next up, we welcome Allison Funk. Wisnar Garcon Thomas. Catherine Gardner. Sydney Hunter. Shaharia Johnson. Mirna Shanice Kara. Catherine Klinger. Jerlyn Landrum. Rebecca McCorkle. Carly Mealing. Lisa Miller. Christina Nellis. Nellie Pierre. Lisa Pugh. Yaritza Riviera. Rosie Solano. Evelyn Sparks. Somebody want to call 911, please? Yikes. Lee Thomas. Daisy Burnaby. Ashe Tuzon. Victoria Shauri Edward, all the way from India. And she is the final graduate, master's degree in early childhood education. Let's give it up for them all. Now we move on to the Master's in Education in Educational Business Administration. And our first graduate that we welcome, Taria Abrams. Carla Barbosa Chavez. Abdullah Hassan. Tracy Keelcookie. Candace Marangi. Slaughterback? Slaughterback. Katie Slaughterback. Sibali Stepniak. Daisy Solis Cortez. And now we congratulate and thank all of those with a master's in education in educational business administration. We thank you and congratulate you. As we move on to master's in education, educational leadership next up. And first up is Rachel Atkins. Jennifer Agins. Okay. Sochi Aguilar. Next up, we welcome Morel Archer, representing the Bahamas and Haiti. Yet Morel will be on Dancing with the Stars next Thursday. All right, let's move on to LaToya Barnes. Kiana Boffman. Shaquila Bonner. Kyle Boudreau. Aaron Brown. Okay. Next up is Darcy Buckley. Megan Burns. Stephen Callahan. Migdalia Canova Ankle. Desiree Castillo. Lugans Charles. Raquel Koikendo. Brandon Davis. Jaslyn Diaz. Rachel Dorman. Kristen Dunn. Carmen Flores. Tanya Florian. Adriana. Okay. Adriana Gavinia. Madison Garrity. Desiree Gomez. Michelle Gonzalez. Are you related? No? Okay. Cynthia Gonzalez. Sandra Graham. Megan Gritzenbach. Sterling Hamilton. Anastasia Heimberger. Lauren Hendricks. Julie Herman. Joy Hildebrand. Lauren Holliday. Shaquila Hollins. That's easy. One of the few. Angela Hunter. That's easy too. Jennifer Hurley. Last name? Lisette Ikaza. Adina Johnston. Raymond Jones. Okay. Glenda Juarez. Stanley Keats, Jr. Alexis Keevers. Joe Kimberly. Christopher Clayman. Alicia Levy. Lindsay Layton. Alexa Lewin. Happy birthday. Tiffany Lavano. Nelson Machado. Bianca Magana. Jeffrey Mayo. Nicole McCarthy. Barbara McDavid. Catherine Milders. Kelsey Miller. Jennifer Mitch. Kaylee Melanauer. Sophia Bryan Mundo, and I might add from Jamaica. Okay. Catherine Neubauer. Okay. Adebola Odedina. Okay. Sarah Nealon. Well, thank you. Nicholson? Okay. Ashley Nicholson. Orley? Elma Orley. McKenna Palmer. Lindsay Peden. Montel Pinkston. Brenda Rea. Andrea Rivers. Eddie Robinson. Catherine Rogers. Sonia Rosado. Joyce? Yeah. Joyce Rosenberg. Maya Selly. Maya Selly. Rachel. No, how do you say it? Smelanich. Okay. Rachel Smelanich. Joanne Soto. How are you? Congratulations. Amy? Amy Stevens? Amy Stevens. Got it. Marcia Stindy. Sherry Stordahl. Melanie Suarez. Scott Taylor. Ashley Tedder. Keenan Thompson. Catalina Toledo. Jared Vaughn. Shayla Wagner. Oh, I like your outfit there. Adriana? Okay. Adriana Walker. You related to her? Oh, okay. Brianna Walker. Why don't you start walking right now? All right, next up, we welcome Raquel Tomlinson. Well done, Raquel. We're proud of you. All right, next up, Amy Wesson. Kimberly White. Wigan? Joseph Wigand. Pamela Swope. Ashley Weiner. Juliana Zukowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have one additional degree to confer. Can I get all of the candidates for American College of Education's Masters of Educational Leadership, Organizational Leadership, to please rise and come forward? President Highland, on behalf of the faculty, I am pleased to present to you the candidates for the Masters in Organizational Leadership. They have satisfied all requirements for that degree, and my colleagues and I are honored to recommend them to you.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of American College of Education, I am pleased to confer upon you the degree of Organizational Leadership with all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Congratulations. Great.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the Masters in Education, Educational Technology. And we welcome our first graduate, Melissa Barker.
I'm also from Jamaica.
Melvania Ford next up, and I might add again, she is also from Jamaica. Dylan Leach. Albina Lacey. Last name? Maruka? Okay. Susanna Maruka. What is it? Next up, Azucena Marilog from the Philippines. Michael Mazzola. Rebecca Merrill. Is it really? Yes. Mia O'Riordan? Yeah. Mia O'Riordan, and I might add, this is her third master's from ACE. How about that? Tanya Safston. Amelia Volts. Oh. Witherall? Emily Witherall. Emily, the last one from the Masters in Education, Educational Technology. Let's thank them all and congratulate them. As we move on to the Masters in Elementary Education, and say hello to Venetia Barrick. David Brown. Okay. Skyla Buell. Kirsten Barrett. Jennifer Clark. Denise Cook. Natika Kopik. Krista England. Ashley Hayes. Okay. Winifred Hellestein. Alexis Hobbs. Lauren Rapp. Margarita Senna. Jonna Stevenson. Okay. Emma Vivar Herrera. Oh, thanks. Claire Wagner. And Claire Wagner is the final Masters of Education graduate in elementary education. Let's give it up for them all. As we move on to the Masters in Education in English as a second language and bilingual education. And our first recipient, graduate Carlos Balenta. Cahill, right? Okay. Tricia Cahill. Pastor John?
Yes.
Is it Andrus?
Yes.
Andrus Castrojohn. Hadley? Lisa Hadley. Oh, sure. What is it? Jacob? Are you from Croatia? Yes. Okay. Shaka Held. Okay. Shaka Held, and she just told me she's from Croatia, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Shalisa Hines Cooper. How many years? Or how many months? Oh, good luck to you. Melissa Johnson. Lindsay Michael Carr. From where? Bernard Malcolm. From Grenada, Bernard Malcolm. Elisa Richard. Suara. Rosalba Squara. Anna Somoana. Julie Vick. Perfect. Thanks. Savannah Walsh. Susanna Williams, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, Susanna is our last graduate in English as a second language and bilingual education. Let's give it up for all of those grads. How about that, huh? And now we move on to the Master's in Education and Health and Wellness Education. And our first grad, Dylan Esquivel. Catherine Kavanaugh. Good. Catherine Kavanaugh. Okay. Amy Harriman. Megan Larafallum. Lauren Rouse. Tiffany Ward. Shauna Warren Byers. All right, one final tie, health and wellness education. Let's give it up for all those that just crossed the stage. As we move on to higher education, and our first grad is David Benjamin. Augustine Martinez. Marilyn Stewart. Riley Van Fleet. All right, Riley is the last of the graduates in higher education. Let's give it up. Do we hear it? All right, thank you. And we move on to instructional design and technology. And say hello to Neil Buck. Christy Carmody. Sarita Collins. Shelby Duchesne. Teresa Dwillett. That was one of the easiest ones today. Carolyn Griffith. Oh my gosh. Sarah Hard. What's that? You're from Jamaica. Okay. Lamar Harris, and he tells me he is from Jamaica. Yuronhi. You're from China? How about this, all the way from China? Kayla Hughes. Nicole Kemp. Angela Leeds. Morgan Lindsay. Kimberly Parson. How do you say that? Okay, I'm going to have you say it. Where are you from?
Zimbabwe.
Where?
Zimbabwe.
And right now I have someone that is here from Zimbabwe. Yeah. Her first name is Janet, and I'm going to let her share her last name with you.
Rambwa Washika.
Steph Rossi. Steph Rossi. Reyes. Keith Michael Reyes. Okay. Sarah Schifo. Vanessa Stokes. All right, once again, let's get our hands together for instructional design and technology. Yes. As we move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the Masters in Education in Integrated Curriculum. And our first recipient, Armando Avalar. Cami Berkey. Yvonne Burres. Thanks. Samuel Jonah? Samuel Jonah Garris. Thank you. How are you? Okay. Mara Halverson. Stephen Jewett. Lara Lou Reyes. Tracy Scott. Oh, the Master of... All right. We just lost a card, so we're looking for it, so bear with us. And I think we're talking literacy, is that right? Okay, very good. They're telling me that this Master of Education in Literacy graduates, is that right? Got it? Okay, perfect. And you are? Harleen Aquino, right? Congratulations. Come on over. All right, we move on again. Let's see. We've got your last name? Courtney Badessa. Gabriella Buscemi. Michelle Coronado. Okay. Shelby DeRuba. Clarence Driver. Yet another special visitor, all the way from Jamaica, Kariah Evans. Allison Geesting. Cassidy Gray. You still literacy? Yeah. What? Anne Marie? Okay. Anne Marie Helton. And Brady Hill. Lisa Ingravalo. Castine or Caston? Okay. Elizabeth Caston. Jessica Kelly. Mary Lund. Chelsea Moyer. Sonia Schmid. Yes. Okay. Yep. Where's your other little card? Sonia Schmidt. Smolten. Holly Skolton. Anna Centeno. Heather Sliger. Renee Stevens. Marcia Spencer. Gabriella Van Krimpen. Amber Yeckley. Amber Yeckley. We got it right, Amber? Congratulations. Thank you, my friend. All right, we move from all those great integrated curriculum folks, all the, let's see, we've got special education coming up right now. Special ed. And Sherry Ann Ainsley is our first recipient. Jacqueline Oliva. Megan Barnes. You're from Jamaica? Boy. I just got word from Jamaica, nobody's left there. They're all here in Indianapolis. Yet another one tonight, Natalie Brown Miller.
From Jamaica, from Chicago.
Paula Burbaugh. Victoria Corrado. Victoria Corrado. Mercedes Cruz. Okay. Talia Gonigan. Desiree Guzman. Desiree Guzman. Nubia Hall. Kathleen Hanna. Sharika Hines. And yes, indeed, from Jamaica. DeRay? Okay. DeRay Jones. Jessica Kibble. Brittany Kujak. Scotty McDuffie Martin. Fabiana Mello Reyes. From where, Brazil? We go to South America. She's here from Brazil. Katie Munkachi. Just one time, I'll forgive you. Just only never let it happen again. Brianna Ortiz. Jamie Reeves. Mackenzie Reiners. Okay. Stacia Rockhold. Chelsea Rogers. Megan Rummel. Santoy. Deanna Santoy. Lexi Surratt. Mia White. Okay. Georgia Ray Williams from Jamaica. Alicia Woven. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. All right, let's move on now to STEM education. And we say hello to Julie Allen Hinsey, who just told me she is from the Bahamas. From Togo, West Africa, this is Komio Achicho. Alexandria Brown. How do you say that? Griselda? Griselda Bogtai, and she is from the Philippines. Christopher Cochran. Sabrina Cristofaro. Say it again. You're from the Virgin Islands? Espiritu Santo. Orliz Espiritu Santo. From the Philippines, where? From the Virgin Islands. Okay. Sheila Jageo. She's from suburban Indianapolis. What's big up Jamaica? The Jamaicans know. Okay. This is Althea Grant, and she wanted me to tell everybody here she's from Big Up, Jamaica. Jonathan Kuehl. Carrie Lenzen. Okay. Carrie Lenzen. Aviana. Yes. Aviana Lewis. Where are you from?
Egypt.
Egypt?
But flew from Texas.
But what?
I came from Texas, but originally from Egypt.
But Egypt? Al-Zahari Mahdi, and she is from Egypt. The land of the pyramids, here in Indianapolis tonight. Yeah. Kylie Music. Kylie Ann Music. Sean Niles. Everybody is now giving me their state or their country. I had Texas, I had Alabama, and where are you from?
Illinois.
Illinois, how about that? This is getting out of control, huh? Jennifer Reich. And you'll never guess who's next. Krishna Simpson from Jamaica. Leslie Smith, next up. Thank you, Leslie. Leslie is our last recipient of her master's in STEM education, and now we go to teacher leadership. Teacher leadership, and we welcome Rochelle Dennis. Kara DeLugo. And that sign says made in Jamaica, so we'll have to go, you know.
All
right. Is that what you're from where? A what winner? You want to say that? No. Okay, this is Danette Rowena, right? Yes. Is that right? And you're from?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Rebecca Heaton. Monaghetti? Okay. Lauren Monaghetti. Michael Munley. Janeet Norman. Deanna Perez. Elisa Piñones. Erica Rossi. Ife Spradley. Susanna Zirkle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the teaching English learners, and a gentleman that's from Puerto Rico, Richard Chong Valdez. And yet another woman from the Philippines. This is Joyce DeLazo. Marise Damat. Marise Damat from Colombia. Ariane Eddy. Melissa Gooden. Jamaica. Are you really? Nadia Jennings from Jamaica. Sarah Krugman. Kelsey Lingle.
Can you say from Spartanburg, South Carolina?
What?
Spartanburg, South Carolina? Can you say that? No? No? Okay.
No, I don't think they want me to do it anymore.
It's okay. Okay, that's fine.
Letitia?
Yes, Letitia.
Letitia Littlejohn. Kathy Shunk. Katia Salas. Now we move on, the Master of Healthcare Administration, and welcome Wendy Bonilla. Michael Cruza. Kayla DeWald. Are you the last? Oh, no, there's some more. Okay. Yesenia Garcia. Vanessa Quintana. Now we move on to the MS in Nursing, and welcome Brandy Burt. Erica Salinas. Jennifer Vandale. And now, as we head down the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen, Masters in Organizational Leadership.
From exotic Illinois.
Larry Glover Mead. Rubnar Gustav, is that right? Okay, good. And you're from the Bahamas. Okay, thank you, sir. Kelsey Harms. Okay. Davion Jones. Tishara Parker. Michael Smith. Charles Woods III.
I have a request behind me and the other two graduates. We graduated with honors. We didn't get our gold robes. Could you please announce that we're graduating with honors?
Okay, all three of you? All three of you?
Yes.
The next three?
Yes. Okay. There's me.
I have just been told that this is the curriculum and instruction degree, and all three of the folks that I'm about to introduce to you, they do not have their gold robes. They will be receiving them, but they all graduated with honors. So we start out with Deanne Campbell. Deanne, congratulations. And you got honors? Yes. And you got honors. Yeah. So let me have your... All right. Yasmin Vassi with honors. Okay, but I want to talk about you just winning the honors right now, and then I'll get to her. Yeah. All right, this is Fabian Wright, and this is the third young lady. Honors. Yes, indeed. Congratulations. All right, we've got 2 EDS in leadership. The first one is Julianne Benjamin, and she just told me from someplace called
Jamaica!
Okay. And Sarah Dobbs. How about this? EDD and leadership. This is Dr. Abigail Rodriguez. She's not.
From Texas.
Pardon me?
From Texas.
Oh, you are really? She's from the great state of Texas, she tells me. That's where I'm from. How about that? And she was here this morning, but she's here now. Congratulations, doctor. Thank you so much for being here. Well, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, when you look at Jamaica on your map tomorrow morning, it's going to look just like the city of Indianapolis. The same shape and everything. Well, it's been an incredible afternoon. I have to turn it over to the powers to be here. Let me simply say one thing. When I was asked to come up and do this, I have a scholarship fund of my own that I have in Texas that I give to college students that need a helping hand. African Americans, Asians, Hispanics, people that have never had anybody in their family go to college. So I'm most proud to be a part of that. But when I came up here and saw what you're all a part of, and what my friend Tom had created many years ago, and what ACE has become today and continues to get bigger and better, I just take my hats off to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you all for being the rock stars that you are. But just remember one thing. In this crazy world, I give a keynote speech across the country called Creating Champions of Change Through a Culture of Civility, because we've lost the ability to be kind, courteous, and respectful to one another. I've seen you all come up here today with smiles on your face. You're courteous, you're respectful, and you all have incredible degrees because of what ACE has allowed you to be a part of. So I simply say to you, the future of this great country, thank you, congratulations to you all. Stay safe and forever be smart. Thanks, everybody.
Graduates, you each have made the commitment to advance your careers so you can better serve your students, communities, and organizations. The commitment and dedication you've applied to your studies and the sacrifices you have made have culminated in your great accomplishment, your degree. Before we move to our closing remarks, we want to take a moment to recognize those students who achieved a 4.0 in their program. For those students with a 4.0, please rise. For those of you again, congratulations, and your cords will be mailed to you this week. There is one last tradition to be honored. To signify your graduation, please move your tassel on your cap from right to left. Please join me once again in congratulating American College of Education's class of 2023. Please be seated. As you leave American College of Education as graduates, you begin a new journey as alumni. As an ACE alum, you'll have the opportunity to connect with professionals across the globe, and certainly many colleagues from Jamaica. I encourage you to stay connected with ACE, utilize your alumni resources, and participate in alumni events in your area. You can stay up to date with alumni news by joining the ACE Alumni Network LinkedIn group. This concludes our commencement. Again, thank you to our faculty, staff, volunteers, family and friends, and most importantly, to our graduates. We are thankful for having the opportunity to assist you in achieving your academic goals in pursuit of advancing your professional careers. After the conclusion of the ceremony, we will be hosting a reception outside in the lobby with snacks and drinks until 5 p.m. Guests, please remain seated as our platform party and graduates exit. To our graduates, once again, congratulations.